Happy Friday and welcome back to Sophia Live. Now, a section of Kenyans who are ready to support Okomtatah's presidential bid, who are ready to campaign for him, are now turning against him. They're saying that Okomtatah is a conman, Okomtatah is a Ruto's project, and Okomtatah is an NIS project. In case you're wondering what is happening, the reason is Okomtatah was interviewed by the NTV, and in this interview, Okomtatah stated that he is not supporting people marching to the State House. He is not supporting young people, the Gen Zs marching to the State House. He's saying that the idea is not a good idea and that he is not supporting that idea. He's saying that the young people should wait until 2027 to go to the ballot and vote Ruto out. The reason he's saying that is against all this, what is happening, is saying that you don't want more people to die. So in case you missed this interview, this is what Okomtatah said.
There was a very big pressure for people to march to State House. One of the reasons I was sitting down and attracting the crowd was to stop that march, because I knew people were going to be killed. And I didn't want another life lost when we were commemorating the death of other people. Right. The other thing is that Kenya should avoid an uprising. We should have a revolution. This anger must be channeled to a revolution, not to an uprising. Because the danger with an uprising is that it's chaos. And organized groups, can be organized groups of thugs, will come in and take state power. And you can see where Sudan is. Because Sudan was not able to harness the anger of the people and to guide it away from being an uprising to being a revolution. Because if that crowd was to march to State House and then people are shot, and of course those shooting will run away when the flood is big, and then the power is taken in a chaotic manner, you don't know what will result.
So this
you can end up jumping from the frying pan to the fire, as they say.
And from this you can tell that Okomtatah is against the marching to the State House, the idea of young people marching to the State House. So the whole of yesterday and today, the social media erupted, and you see his supporters were like, we don't believe that Okomtatah is saying this, that we believe in you, we thought that you are with us, we thought that you are supporting this movement, this revolution, but it turns out that you are also a state sympathizer, that you are supporting Ruto, chini ya maji, na mambo mengi tu. They have just said a lot. I don't think that Okomtatah is going to come out of this. I think that his presidential bid is ending. Like the statement he made, he has just ended his presidential bid, because even the few who are ready to support him are now saying that no, because it seems like you are supporting Ruto and what he is doing, then we are out, we are no longer going to support you. One of the people who have come out to also condemn Okomtatah's statement is Miguna Miguna. And Miguna Miguna is saying that while young people are trying to rise against the anarchy, the abductions, we have people like Okomtatah who are trying to discourage people from just demanding what is good for them. So this is what Miguna tweeted in regards to Okomtatah's statement. And from the comment section, I can tell that indeed Kenyans are so angry with Okomtatah's statement. So this is what Miguna tweeted. Freedom fighters are struggling and risking everything to remove tyrant William Ruto from power. Now, while NIS operators like Okomtatah are busy discouraging the people and speaking about 2027, anyone who is focused on 2027 instead of the removal of Ruto from power now and elections before 2027 is an enemy of the people. Kenyans are committed to a complete overhaul through a popular revolution now. Kenyans have rejected window dressing mechanisms like reforms and fraudulent elections. There will be no credible elections with an IEBC which is fully controlled by Ruto and Raila. And especially this last statement by Miguna Miguna that there will be no incredible elections. It seems majority of Kenyans are believing in this, that we cannot have an IEBC that is controlled by Ruto, that we believe or sort of believe that is going to give us a free, fair and credible elections. These many people believe that one is not going to happen. It has never happened because even in our previous elections, we've been having issues with the presidential, especially presidential results. And now people believe that now that Ruto is under so much pressure, they believe that the only way is going to stick to power is through the IEBC. So majority of Kenyans seems to agreeing with what Miguna is saying, that the IEBC is not independent and that because it is controlled by Ruto and Raila, this institution is not going to give us free, fair and credible election. So maybe I go through the comment under this post by Miguna Miguna just to get Kenyans' reactions to this. And then we have anaitwa Jaji Junior. We have no problem of him waiting until 2027, but let not advise us. Remember, we didn't advise or interfered with him maandamano when he went ahead and tied himself with a chain around Vigilant House. Fear is very expensive and we can't afford it. And then Rima Augustine Adrabo says, I thought Raila said he stopped the Gen Z from removing Ruto. Dear Kenyans, Ruto is baby Museveni. If you can remove him now before commandos come to help your IEBC. And then Mjomba Environment says, usiongelesha Omtatah kama mtoto wako, chunga kwako wewe mzee wa wivu. And then Orwa says, the people's revolution is the only way. And then Abu says, legally, which route is best for removing him in power before 2027? This one is asking. Okiya Omtatah is indeed an enemy of progress. Tumemjua sasa. And then Kala Fiora Ora says, true general. The last one is says, Master Sugu says, revolutions come through armed struggle, bloodshed and violence because oppressive regimes resist change. Peace-loving Kenyans are afraid to make blood the cost of revolution. So from this comment section, you can tell that Kenyans are not even sure about the 2027 elections, and you have majority who believe that the only way to get Ruto out of power is now and not 2027. What do you think about Okiya Omtatah's statement? Do you agree with Okiya Omtatah, and you feel that Okiya Omtatah is out of place, or you feel that Okiya Omtatah is kind of supporting Ruto chini ya maji? What do you think of this Okiya Omtatah's statement? Because the internet, the online army of Okiya Omtatah are so angry and are not taking these statements lightly. We know that elections, we would all wish that we go to election. This is something that we wish for. But our previous elections have taught us a lesson that it is rare, it is hard to get free, fair and credible elections. Look at what happened in 2022, look what happened to 2007, 2013, to a point that even Raila refused to participate in the election. You see, all this that has been happening, it is pointing out that it is hard, or it is impossible to have a free, fair and credible elections. Even after it was some of these commissioners and the chair who were recently appointed being linked to the people in power, it just shows that it was like it is like they're just going to stamp this thing or do it for formality. So I don't know what you are saying about this, but I think Okiya Omtatah, I don't know why he had to say this, because personally I didn't expect Okiya Omtatah to make such a statement, because he has been participating in this protest, and he has been against this regime, but him coming out to say this in this moment is like it is like something is not adding up. There is something wrong, but time will tell. And I remember back in the days, they used to say that you people should ignore Okomtatah because he is Ruto's project. Another person who is tagged as Ruto's project is David Maraga. These two people, I think. At the start of April, there were these conversation online, people saying that Okomtatah and David Maraga are just there as Ruto's puppet, as Ruto's project. They are saying that Okomtatah is there to confuse the young people. You see, when Okomtatah publicly announced that he's going to vie, we have majority of young people was like, hey, Okomtatah is clean. This time round, we're not going for politicians. We want somebody who is not in a political, who has not been in a political scene for long. And that they thought that Okomtatah is the guy, is the best man for this job. Because as an activist, he has been through a lot. He has been chained. He has been through a lot, trying to fight for what is right in this nation. And majority were like, okay, let's try Okomtatah. Let's try somebody who is not a politician. And they were like, we are even way. People started creating posters, campaigning for Okomtatah, trying to tell him ideas on how to go about it and all that. Another person is David Maraga, who has also been linked to Ruto, saying that after it was announced that there is high likelihood that former Interior CS Fred Matiang'i will be on the ballot, that Ruto had to just create another person from the Kisii region to disrupt that unity, to ensure that Fred Matiang'i is not going to get all the votes from the people, from the Kisii people. So these two names have been there, and I don't know if they are just confirming what the fear that Kenyans have been having, that indeed these two are Ruto's project. You see, there has also been claims that in 2027 we are going to have many people vying for this thing, and these people are going to be state project, just to disrupt the unity, to ensure that votes are divided here and there. So it is just a matter of time before we know who is really indeed into this thing and who is here just to disrupt the unity, to disrupt the people, to ensure that the status quo remain the same. So it is interesting that the politics is now getting to a point that we truly coming to understand who is who in this race, who is truly into it, and who is here just to pass time and maybe to act as somebody's project. So one thing I like about our politics, it is so intense, it is so rough that you can easily tell that this person is ready to change and is ready to go for it. And this other person is not into it. Is just here to cause confusion and to disrupt the unity and the numbers and all that. So time will tell, but that is the good thing about our politics. So that is it from me for now. Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.